Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay, so venerable allies and dear Dhamma friends, we have come to pretty much the end of the end of the Kusalattika Paṭṭhāna, the Pañhāvara Vibhanga. We have to discuss a couple of things, but before starting that part, I think Brother JJ have a couple of questions regarding the analytical states. And so during this week, he sent me a couple of questions. Brother JJ, shall we discuss them? So one was about the Rupa Jivitindriya, right?
Yes, Santi.
Yes. Okay, start.
各位尊敬的法师、各位尼师、各位贤友们，大家晚上好。那老师说呢，我们现在呢已经在学习到关于这个三三法法趣论的这个分别品的这个内容呢，就是要到尾声了，就要结束了。那这继续呢，还有一些东西呢，还要再学习的一些细节。那在还没有进入这些学习之前呢，老师说呢，有一些问题有提出来关于这个就是纯数量品里面的这个究竟法内容的问题所以呢，我们先来探讨这些问题。
Okay, so about the Jivitindriya, about in the Jivitindriya,
think Bante has gone offline, so kindly please wait. 可能老师掉线了，请大家等待。
in the physical life faculty group, right? In the analytical states, it's given as excluding the physical life faculty itself, the physical life faculties that serves as a condition for the other 9 karma-produced material phenomena contained within the same material group, right? So what the meaning we hear is that we know there are 9 types of karma-produced material groups, right? I mean, there are 9 types also. So the Rupa Kalapa, types of 9 Kalapa, right? In the Abhidhamma Sangha, it's explained that there are 9. It's explained that there are 9 types of material groups. So when the physical life faculty serve them, I mean, sorry, the physical life faculty it arises in the Kamaja Rupa only. Within all these 9 types of Kamaja on the Rupa Kalapas, right, material groups, these 9 Kamaja, this physical life faculty arise. And when it is supporting, when the physical life faculty supports through this physical life condition, it supports only within the Rupa Kalapa, right? So in the Kamaja Rupa Kalapas, there are the Rupa Kalapas with 9 types of materiality, or sometimes some of them have 10 types, right? So if it is uh, a material group with 10 types of materiality, so the physical life faculty within that Rupa Kalapa itself, it supports the other 9. right? So if it is a Rupa Kalapa with 9 types of materiality, Kamaja Rupa, so the physical life faculty, it supports the rest, the other 8 types of materiality in that karma produced material group. So that's how it works, right? I'm not sure whether I taught it in this way, right? Here. So when Brother JJ was checking the analytical states and he had this question. So if it was understood in this way previously, it's fine. So if it was not if it was understood in another way, then please understand that it as this way.
首先呢是关于这个色命根主，那大家呢如果方便的，大家可以翻开就是大家的第13就是上面有写着13的这个讲义第13的这个讲义呢，就是关于这个色识主以及色命根主。那其中呢，大家可以看色命根主的这个纯数量品，那或者呢，大家可以在这个纯数量品合集里面看到关于色命根主的这个讲解。那在其中呢，有提到说呢这个除了命根色本身，其他9种业生色法的缘法，有这样提到说，命根色呢是其他9种业生色法的缘法。那这里呢，老师要说清楚一点，因为真正的这边呢，其实要表达的意思就是说呢，这边讲的9种是讲说呢，总共呢有9种的业生色具。那9种业生色具，我们在色阿比达摩议论里面呢，也可以学习到呢，有提到有9种的这些业生色具。那因为呢，这个命根色呢，只会在这9种业生色具里面升起，所以因此呢，就首先提到呢，是会出现在9种这些业生的色具里面。然后呢，在业生色具里面呢，它有2类，可以是业生的10法具，也可以是业生的9法具。那在这里呢，如果在10法具里面的这个色命根呢，这个命根色呢，它就会资助以这个色命根缘就是这里面的这些缘，就是色命根缘有缘以及不离去缘呢，这些缘呢，它是以这个来资助其余的9种色法，就是在一个业生10法具里面的命根色呢，以这种缘呢来资助其余的9种色法。那在这个9法具业生9法具里面呢，这个命根色就会以这个缘呢来资助其余的8种这个色法。那对于这个色命根主呢，它的这些助缘呢，只能够资助呢在同一个业生色具里面升起来的其他的色法，不会资助其他的色具里面的这个色法。那所以呢，这个是老师想要表达的意思但是因为这边可能表达不是很清楚可能翻译这个原因所以呢，请大家注意这是要表达的是总共有9种业生色具，然后呢是这个9种业生色具里面的这个命根色呢资助其余的业生色法。
Okay, so any questions on that?
关于这一点，请问大家有什么问题吗？
Clear, right? Okay, so Brother JJ, what are the other questions?
Bante, the other question is on asynchronous karma group. Because asynchronous karma group, I think it is mentioned there that in the single enumeration that the strong and weak, wholesome and unwholesome volition supports the karma produced matter in the 5-fold existence. So I was not sure about this 5-fold existence. First of all, whether it
Yes,
was describing
that part was. Can you explain the question? I mean, I can remember the question while you were.
OK，那还有另外一
First in
个呢
English. Yeah, first in English.
？First is English. OK. In the asynchronous karma group, maybe Bante, is it okay to show the
Yes, sure.
show the notes? Maybe the
Yes,
part.
please share the screen and show.
Sorry, just a minute. Bante, I find the part. Share. Okay. It's okay, but here it is regarding the asynchronous karma group, the single enumeration. So here it is stated that the strong and weak asynchronous karma referred to as wholesome and unwholesome volitions, which serves as a condition for karma produced matter in the fivefold existence. So I was trying to clarify whether this fivefold existence referring to the karma produced matter, that means support for the karma produced matter in the fivefold existence only, or is this referring to the wholesome and unwholesome volitions which arise in the fivefold existence supporting karma produced matter?
Okay, translate.
So I translate to Chinese.
Yes, please.
那还有一个问题就是关于呢这个一刹那业缘的纯数量品，这是第12份就是讲义里面第12的一刹那业缘呢的这个纯数量品里面呢有提到这个强与弱一刹那业作为五蕴有中业甚色之缘的不三色吧，这个强与弱一刹那业呢，指的是作为五蕴有中业甚色之缘的三世和不三世。对不起，这个翻译也不是很好理解。基本上是说呢，这边呢这个强与弱一刹那业里面，缘法指的是三世跟不三世。原生法呢是业甚色，那其中有五蕴有，那这根据英文翻译呢，我把五蕴有呢放在这个业甚色。但是呢，弟子现在就是跟老师请示的，就是说这个五蕴有是指的指代的是业甚色呢，还是指的是三世和不三世到底是哪一个？就是五蕴有中的业甚色受到这个资助，还是五蕴有的三世和不三世作为缘法资助业甚色？OK，本地。
Yes, now I was checking the notes again. So I was reading the analytical states here. I was reading in my language also. Now here in this second line, in the second part of the single enumeration, we have the strong and the weak asynchronous karma referred to as wholesome and unwholesome volition actions, which serves as a condition for karma produced matter in the fivefold existence. Right? So, yeah. So what is mentioned here is that this now the question was where is the volition supporting the materiality for the non-percipient beings, right? For the Kamaja Rupa. So in this sentence, right? I think the problem is with the translation here, right? If I translated this thing, it states the Kamaja Rupa, the wholesome and the unwholesome volitions in the fivefold existence which support the karma-born materiality, right? The weak and the strong, wholesome and the unwholesome volitions which supports the karma-born, which is in the, let me repeat, the wholesome and the unwholesome, the weak and the strong, wholesome and the unwholesome volitions in fivefold existence, which supports the karma-born materiality. That is how it should be translated correctly. So if we stated that in that way, if we have that in that way, then the problem will be solved, because the karma which accumulated, the karma which the Rupavachara karma, the fourth jhana, for the non-percipient beings, that wholesome volition is accumulated in the fivefold existence, when these beings are in the fivefold existence. So that volition support the karma-born materiality in general, not just the not just the karma-born materiality in the fivefold existence. It's given in general. That's how it is there in the Sarup, in the analytical states.
Thank you, thank you. 那老师说呢，这边呢，就是我们应该去可能是翻译的这个问题，就是呢，把这个五蕴有呢，应该把它调整。这个五蕴有不应该是指代说只是在五蕴有中的业胜色，就是不是原胜法的这个形容词，而是形容原法的这个三思和不三思。那就是呢，这个是五蕴有里面出现的升起的这个三思和不三思呢，它们能够作为就是一半上一切的业胜色的这个原法，业胜色是作为原胜法。那这样的话呢，我们就可以包括呢，因为之前的说法呢，就会有一个问题，就是在无想有情天的众生呢，投生的无想有情众生呢，他们会有业胜色他们的业胜色的升起呢，并不是在五蕴有，是只有一蕴有。可是他们的业胜色呢，这个缘是什么呢？他们的缘法是什么？他们的因呢？也是这个三思跟不三思对不起，应该是三思，那边是三思带来的。所以因此呢我们如果这样说是五蕴有中的三思和不三思作为缘法资助一切的业胜色，那就包括呢包括这个在无想有情天的业胜色法。那这样的情况的话呢就不会有这个问题，就会能够包含无想有情天的业胜色法。所以我们请大家注意呢，把这个要改正一下，就是改成呢是原法是五蕴有的三思和不三思，那原胜法呢是一切的一半上的这个业胜色法。本地
Yes. Can I stop sharing the screen?
I have stopped.
Already, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can see my screen, right? So the strong and the weak, asynchronous, wholesome and unwholesome, volition in the fivefold existence. Which serves as a condition for the karma-produced matter. Okay, so if you can correct it in this way, then the statement is correct. I will share this English one in the chat. Yes.
Okay. So, Pandit, regarding this, the way it is now, I think it will cover the asanya sata beings, kamaja rupa. But then I have a question: is what about a Brahma, an arupa Brahma, which
yes.
is reborn into like a kama vachara, into from a fourfold existence into fivefold existence. So in the fivefold existence, their kamaja rupa, would that be supported by the chetana from a fourfold existence?
Yes. So that's now these two lines, two sections in the strong and weak asynchronous karma, right? In the explanation we have given it here that I mean, let me put it in another document. Okay, so here this part, right? So the first part, this refers to the weak asynchronous karmas, right? Because the strong asynchronous karma, I mean, the strong asynchronous karma, they always function together with the Upanishad Paccaya, with the strong dependence condition, right? So here, in this one, it is given as for the karma realm, for the sensual realm, right? The weak karmas. So karma, the sensual realm, and here also it only represents the material side of it, right? The material side of it, I'm sorry, it only supports the mentality, right? The mental aggregates, right? So this part refers only to the mental aggregates, right? Only to the mental aggregates from the asynchronous karma, right? For when the weak asynchronous mentality support the wholesome and the for the resultant 23 sense sphere consciousness. right? But here, this part, the second part, this represents, let me write it properly in the screen. Can you see it? No. Okay, so the first part it's on the mental aggregates, and this one, the second part, uh, this is on the this is on the materiality of it, right? The second part only represents the materiality, right? Because we can see here the conditioned phenomena are only the common produced matter. So when this materiality is supported, both the strong and the weak karmas are taken here, right? The strong part is taken here. So the strong part, it contains of two types, right? It contains of the it includes the karma realm and also the rupa realm, right? So for the karma, it includes the strong, right? It includes the strong and the weak. Both types of karma is given. And for the rupa, it only the only the strong part is there. The weak part is not there in this sentence, right? And why we have this rupa part, right? The materiality part in this section, right? It's because uh, we know in the in the strong dependence condition, right? The strong dependence condition, the materiality is not included, right? In the strong dependence, which is related to the karma, we only have the karma and the Upanishad, right? Those are the two conditions. But for this Upanishad, we learn that the materiality is not a conditioning phenomena. I'm sorry, the materiality is not a conditioned phenomena of the Upanishad. So that's why that part was removed and added here, right, for the strong karma. But we now remember here in the strong and the weak asynchronous karma group, the only paccaya we are taking is the karma paccaya, right? Only conditioning force is the karma paccaya, not any other paccayas. Do we understand that part, right? So the weak part, for the strong part, the karma paccaya supporting the materiality needs to be added somewhere. So that's why we find it here, right? So we only have the karma paccaya for all these two. Both sections in this strong and the weak asynchronous karma. That's the reason. So to your original question, I believe now it's already solved, right? So uh, this uh, this in the Arupa realm, the relationship is nama to the nama, right? So the wholesome volitions, right? We have the wholesome volitions, and the wholesome volition support the mental aggregates, right? The resultant, it supports the resultant mental aggregates. And what is the paccaya which comes here? the karma and the Upanishad, right? The other pachyas are not there. Only the karma and the Upanishad. And there is no relationship with the materiality. So that's why it is not included in the strong and the weak asynchronous karma. In this second statement, it's not included because of that, right? Because this mentality to mentality relationship, and also the karma and the Upanishad relationship, it was strong. It was shown in the Upanishad group, the Pakata Upanishad group. That's the reason.
The last, Pandit, explaining the last part, Dhamma is referring to the Arupa. This is
Yes,
Arupa.
the whole symbolism supporting the yes. It's
Mm.
the mental aggregates are in the Arupa line, right? This one is the Arupa line.
Mm. So, what about Pandit for an Arupa Brahma who is
Okay,
reborn into the Kama realm?
okay. That
Uh,
relationship. So for that relationship, if it depends on the karma, right? So if it the root if the karma vachara karma was done in the if it was weak, we find the mental part of it in this sentence, and the that is not included, right?
hmm.
That is not included here. Yes, you are correct. It's not there. It's not there. I don't think it's included in anywhere in this place. So if it is a strong karma, there is no problem. If it's a weak karma, if that karma is a weak one, then it's not included anywhere. I think you're right.
Hmm. But even if it's a
If it's a
strong Kama,
strong, if it is a strong one, the mentality and the mentally relative relationship, it is included in the strong dependence group. And the mentality to the materiality part, it's included in the second sentence.
oh, but the second sentence we have a qualifier fivefold existence, so that would exclude that.
Yes, that's also correct. Yes, it's kind of excluded. Yeah. Can say it's excluded.
Hmm.
Yes, please translate. In the meantime, I'll try to find the Burmese book.
那 OK，那这边呢，关于这个就是有这个问题就是这边呢，如果根据这些改正过来呢，这对于呢一半上来说这没有问题，包括呢无想有情天的终身呢的业色色法呢也已经包含在这里了。但是有一个问题就是说呢，如果是一个无色界的翻天众生，就无色界的这个翻天众呢，他投身从无色界翻天呢投身到欲界。就是从四蕴有投身到五蕴有，那这时候呢，在五蕴有里面，它会升起这个业胜色法。那这个业胜色法呢，作为原生法呢，它的这个缘法呢，如果是在四蕴有的这个三思所带来的话，那这边呢，因为这边提到呢，这个强与弱的这个三思跟不三思呢，只是在五蕴有之中啊、所以呢就没有包含在这里了，所以这是一个问题。那针对这个问题呢，老师先来给我们再温习一下，再重复一下呢，我们要了解关于这个业跟业有关的这一个呢，我们可以理解呢有两个组。首先呢，是我们之前另外一个叫做知心庆一子组或者是庆一子元组。那庆一子元组那边指的是强力的，我们学过强力的这个三思跟不三思。那强力的三思跟不三思呢，他们会带来呢这个民法的这个果报民法的这个原生法，在里面呢有业缘跟庆一子缘这两种缘。可是我们也学习过，在庆一子缘里面呢，原生法呢是没有包含这个设法的，所以因此呢，在那边只是包含民法而已。所以呢，是强的这个三思跟不三思带来呢这个果报民运这一样的一种关系呢是包含在这个庆一子组里面有两种缘，业缘一刹那业缘，还有自心庆一子 缘，这个业缘跟亲义子缘这两种缘。那这个呢，就是包含了这个强的善事跟不善事作为因果报明运作为果没有包含这个设法业生设法作为果，这个子字呢包含明运果报明运而已。那结果呢？因为这样呢，我们有生下呢，就是有这样的情况，就是呢，有强的这个善事跟不善事，他们也会带来业胜设法。这个呢，不包含在之前的氢离子元组里面，所以就必须呢包含在现在我们看到的屏幕上看到这个是第二类呢，跟业有关的这个组别呢，我们叫做呢这个一刹那业组。那这包括呢强与弱一刹那业组。那这边呢，就把它分成两个部分，我们看到有两点。第一点呢，是指的是弱的一刹那业，因为之前呢，强的一刹那业呢，我们在庆义子元里面已经提到了，强的庆义子元强的一刹那业，这个强的善事跟不善事呢，带来果报名运。那如果是弱的，它不是很强的，是弱的一刹那业，那弱的这个一刹那业呢，它也能够带来这个果报名运。那这个情况呢，就包含在这一个原组里面。可是在这边呢，就已经没有氢离子元，这个原组里面只有一种原力，就是业缘了。因为呢，只有强的这个才是属于氢离子元，弱的呢，只是纯粹呢就是一刹那业缘而已。所以这边我们看到呢，在这一组里面，它的第一点是讲的是弱的一刹那业，也就是弱的善事和不善事呢，它们带来呢23种欲界果报作为业，所以他们这个原生法呢，只是欲界的果报明运而已，因为他们是弱的这个一刹那业。所以呢，这个是第一点，就是弱的带来果报明运。那这样呢，我们已经呢包含了所有强的善事不善事，以及弱的善事不善事呢，针对原生法果报明运的情况都包含了。可是我们没有提到，到现在为止呢，还没有提到设法，就是呢，作为果的这个设法，就是业胜设法。那业胜设法呢，剩下来就是我们这边看到的第二点。第二点，对不起，第二点呢，就是把作为原生法的，作为果的这个业胜设法呢，他们可以呢由这个强的这个善事不善事，或者是弱的善事不善事，就是强跟弱的这个一刹那业。所以我们看到第二点这边讲的是强与弱的一刹那业呢，就是指的是在五蕴有里面，这改正过之后对不起，是五蕴有里面的善事和不善事呢，带来这个业胜设法，这是所有的业胜法，包括呢无想有情天或者是五蕴有中的业胜设法。所以呢，这个就包含了这个情况让我们可以，就是这是为什么呢？这边把它这样分出来。老师首先是讲解这个，让我们理解温习一下呢，为什么有这个差别再重复一下，就是说呢，我们的这个业呢，一刹那业可以是强的，可以是弱的。那一刹那业当然指的就是善事或不善事，它可以是强，可以是弱的。如果是强的话呢，强的一刹那业带来果报明运的话呢，是包含在氢离子元组里面，里面有两种原力，业缘跟氢离子元。那如果这个是弱的话呢，是弱的一刹那业呢，带来果报明运呢，就包含在这个一刹那业元组里面，只有一种原力，就是业缘而已。这是第一点。那不管呢是强的或者是弱的这个一刹那业呢，就是他们也可以带来这个业胜设法，可是这个不包含在净义子组里面，因为净义子组呢只能够有这个民法作为这个原生法，不可以有设法，所以呢这一项呢所有的这些作为私心所的这个所带来的果的这种业胜设法呢，都包含在这个一刹那业缘组里面。我们看到这个第二点，强与弱的这个一刹那业缘呢带来的这个业胜色这个呢是包含在第二点里面，所以这样呢就包含了这个情况所以呢我们就可以了解为什么有这样的情况但是呢就是有一个问题出现，就是因为现在我们这边有一个五蕴有中的善事和不善事，这个作为原法的这个善事不善事呢，只是指的五蕴有里面的。那对于一个如果是一个无色界的众生，他们只有四蕴有，那些众生呢，他投身到这个欲界里面在他造的这个业的时候，这个一刹那业的时候，善事不善事的时候，只有四蕴有这情况的这个善事跟不善事，它带来的 投身到欲界的时候呢，会有这个业胜设法。那这个业胜设法呢，应该是怎么样去理解呢？这个他们的这个因，不是四蕴有里面的这个一刹那业，那应该怎么去理解呢？这边没有包含在这里面，所以呢，因为如果这个一刹那业是弱的话呢，它没有包含，是强的话呢，也没有包含。因为呢，虽然这边有第二点有提到说这个强与弱一刹那业带来业生色，可是如果我们说是五蕴有里面的这个强与弱一刹那业的话，我们就排除了四蕴有里面的这个一刹那业，所以这个是问题，所以就这样的情况呢，就好像没有包含在这个里面。现在所以老师可能再查一下资料。
Yes, now I realize the problem now. I went through a couple of books. Number one book is the Burmese Nisse, the original one. So in that, in the analytical states given for the single enumerations, it's not given like in this way that we are learning right now. It's given in general, right? It does not mention about a strong and the weak uh, types. It's not given here in that way, and it's given in general, so it captures everything, all the uh, all the all the volitions supporting the relevant materiality, not just the this fivefold existence, right? And that's how it's given there. And also, I checked another book, which is later written by. It's a kind of a summary from the Burmese Nisse. It's also presents in the similar way, but the book that I used, it's using this method, right? I think the reason for using this method is for the to 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 derive certain analytical states, certain explanations for the in the next section, in the next subchapter. That's why it is missed out here, right? And also, but anyway, this in the analytical states, right? In the analytical states, right? In the analytical states, uh, mat- all the non-percipient beings were also captured in the analytical states here in this part, right? Where do we have it? Maybe we have it in the next document, right? Anyway, here we have it, right? So it gives, right? It's given in general, right? The past wholesome volitions, the 21 wholesome volitions supporting the 29 resultant mental aggregates and the karma produced matter, like that. It's included here, but in the single enumeration, it's not included. I think the reason is that to explain the next chapter easier, some of the Burmese shadows have used taken a slightly different approach. That's why I think it's been missed here, but it's not missed in the original book. And also the uh, and also the mm, and also for some reason in the Upanishad Paccaya also the materiality has been included in the Burmese Nisaya, right? In the conditioned states, the materiality has been included, but I think that is not correct because the materiality does not become a conditioned state, right? Maybe the later shadows, the later teachers, maybe the Mulapatana shadow or some other teachers realized this problem and when they were explaining the single enumerations, they have removed it. And they had kind of split this materiality and moved this materiality into the asynchronous comma group. Anyway, we will not have much difficulty or any obstacle in the later chapters because of that, right?
老师说呢，老师查了几本书，那老师说呢，在他查的这个就是缅文的这个依持式这个缅文尼撒言里面呢，关于这个究竟法的内容呢，没有这么不像我们现在看到的那个这么详细的分出来，没有说特别说呢，这个有强跟弱的这个分别，只是呢一半上呢提到说这个依刹那业呢能够带来包括这个业胜色法，也没有另外说呢这个是在五蕴有。里面出现没有出现这个五蕴有的这个词，也没有分成强跟弱，只是一半上说呢，这个一刹那业缘呢是由这个一刹那这种善事跟不善事呢，能够带来果报命运，还有呢这个业胜色法这样一半的这样概括的说。那所以呢就没有这问题，就是可以概括所有的这个情况。那另外一本书呢，老师又参考的还有一本书呢，就是根据这个缅文这个意思是缅甸的尼赛亚呢来做这个总结的一本书呢，也是同样的没有特别指出说这个只是局限于五蕴有而已。那可是呢，老师参考的这个书本呢，却是以这个方式，所以老师是根据呢老师所参考的书本呢，把它这样列出来。那为什么老师说为什么会有这样的详细列出来呢？可能就是因为呢，在这些缅甸的古老的这些长老这些塞多里面呢，以前呢他们在这样列出来是为了呢更好的。让我们能够去找到这个究竟法，以便准备呢接下去的这个内容，就是这个其他的这个数量品的这个内容呢，去学习的时候呢，就会更好的找到答案这样。那但是呢，如果我们去看，就是我们看到屏幕上面呢，在我们学习一参那业缘的时候，根据这些找究竟法的时候呢，每一个的究竟法，比如说呢，我们看到这个三对无记的这个情况，我们看到这边三呢，就包括所有21种三星。过去三世呢，作为29种果报名跟业胜设法，所以这边呢就没有局限于这个是五蕴有或者是一蕴有等等。那这样的情况呢，就能包含所有的情况，包括呢这个无想有情众生的情况，也包括呢刚才我们提到的从这个无色界众生投生到梵天到欲界众生的这个情况呢，都可以这个总的这个概括呢都可以包括。所以呢，这个是没有问题的。那只是呢，为什么这边会这么特别写呢？老师说呢，这个是可能是因为呢，这些编辑这些书本的这些学习方法的这些长老萨多们呢，可能当时为了让能够更好的去理解，然后呢，以便呢可以接下去呢这内容的学习能够更加容易上手呢，所以因此他们把它这样分列了出来。而且老师说呢，他参考的这个本来的这本就是缅文的这个尼撒亚意思是里面呢，其实有出现这样的问题，就是在庆义子元里面呢，把这个原圣法里面也包括了这个业圣设法这个设法。那这个呢，其实呢我们要了解到这个是不可能的，因为呢在庆义子元里面是不可能出现设法作为原圣法的，所以这就是为什么可能是后来呢。比如说呢，穆拉巴达纳塞多等这些长老塞多们呢，他们后来发现呢有这个问题，所以呢，当他们在解释的时候呢，把这总结来做他们的书本的这个解释学习方法的时候呢，把这个设法呢从这个清义子元里面去除了，然后呢就在这个一刹那业缘组里面呢分成这样。弱的跟强的这样的来分成果报命运，还有以及业胜设法的情况，就是我们看到的这个情况呢，把它这样分裂出来。因为呢，把这个设法呢从庆义子元里面呢，把它拉到来放在这个比较正确的，在这个强与弱一刹那业组里面，这个是可能这个原因。但是无论如何呢，我们也要了解这个如果原本的书本来说呢，所包含的这个究竟法呢是包含所有情况的，所以我们是没有问题的，而且老实说呢，这也不会影响我们接下去呢要学习的其他的这些内容的这个情况。
Yes, do we have any questions?
关于这点，请问大家有什么问题吗？
Okay, there's no questions at all. right?
老师说，好像最近上课大家都没有问题了。But Bante, I'm not sure if Bante probably has not had time to look at the
Sorry?
Excel spreadsheet. Uh,
Oh
um,
no.
yeah. I'm just wondering because some of this because the way it is the translation and all may not be easy for some of us to memorize the way it is because maybe the sentence in Burmese may have written in a way that's easy to understand. So I I did the summary into the Excel spreadsheet to look at it. So I thought maybe that could be easier to understand. Would it be okay
To memorize, yes,
to share?
obviously, yes. Because now remember, these books were written in those days where the monks, especially, they memorize quite a lot this way. So it's easy to memorize that it's written in a particular way that's easy to memorize, right? Uh, to 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 memorize like to by reciting it like that. So nowadays, yes, maybe that's the thing. So by the way, so did you share that Excel?
Not yet. I was waiting for Bante to see whether it's okay to share.
Oh, sorry, I could not check it. Anyway, now, I mean, if you have already done it, I think I don't need to check it much.
Okay. Okay. So maybe I'll share first. Then,
Yes, yes,
if they notice any errors, I ask them. Maybe they can highlight something.
yeah,
Oh, I think there's some questions. Maybe I just translate this part, and there's some questions.
yeah.
因为呢，我们现在看到这个，在这纯数量品，就是好像比如说我们合集来分享给大家去背诵的，因为老师要我们的把它背起来。可是呢，在这个过程里面呢，发现到因为这个本来是可能在缅文可能是比较顺后来又翻译成新荷勒语之后呢，然后又再翻译成用 AI 翻译成英文，然后又再翻译成中文，所以这个过程里面，可能不懂大家有没有发现，就是可能至少。我觉得很不容易要把它背起来，因此呢，我们习惯呢，可能因为我们的现在的教育不像传统寺院都是这样一句一句的背起来，我们习惯可能是看表，所以因此呢，整理了就是我这样这些整理了就是一个 Excel 的表格，就是元法、原色法等等呢啊。那老师呢，因为没有时间去检查，老师也很忙，所以老师说不用紧，那我们就先分享，等一下分享给大家呢，大家可以看看是不是更容易背起来呢？这表格里面呢有一个，第一个呢是全部的把它结合在一起的，然后后面呢是每一个元这样分出来的，所以大家可以看看，如果大家因为这个整理的过程里面，我怕有什么错误，如果大家发现有什么错误呢，也请大家提出来，我们做纠正。这样，嗯嗯，but think would it be okay if I just share on the screen just to show the Excel spreadsheet and just explain a little bit, then maybe is it
Yes,
okay?
yes. That's good. That's good. It will be encouraging for everybody to memorize it, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I just try
Go
to
ahead
share
and
this.
share.
It's opening that file. Sorry, share the wrong. Mm. Mm. Sorry, Bante, I seem to have a problem sharing. Maybe Bante can take the question first while I try to figure out. There's a question I think from Saili Kalanyu.
Okay. You cannot share it. Why? What's the reason?
I'm not sure why I could not share it. I will try to check and see why. What is the problem? I keep.
Do you need to for me to share? You send it in the what? WeChat, right?
In the I think in the WhatsApp thing.
WhatsApp, right?
I try again. Maybe I try again. I think I try one more time to see.
Okay.
Is it okay, Bante? I'm not sure whether this is showing now.
Yes, can see the, yeah, okay, no problem. The letters are
Okay.
very small, but nevertheless can see it.
Okay. Maybe I just explain what I did. I did the individual group, the 10 groups. So it's like this. So the each individual group, the connaissance group, then the large, medium, and small, and then all the conditions in each those groups, and the conditioning states, the condition states, the number of enumeration. So I put comments to list down what are the enumeration, the type of relationship, then the total number of conditioning forces, what are the conditioning forces, and whether it is completely or appropriately. So this is summarized from the single enumeration. So for all the sahajata. So for it's completely appropriately also, I think I put like what is under completely and what is under appropriately. So this would be for like sahajata, then same for base prenascence, natural science. So all the 10 groups are here. And then to make it easy for them, I have one spreadsheet in front where combine everything. So everything is combined here. All the different groups, all the 10 groups are combined here, up to the Misaka groups. Is it okay, Bante?
Yes, yes, correct.
Okay. So I just translate in Chinese, okay? 那这个呢，就是将我们的看到这些之前分享的这些纯数量品里面的原法原设法呢，根据这边呢，大家可以看到呢，下面有不同的这个第一个组矩阵组，比如说呢，矩阵组的它不同的这个成分，大矩阵、中矩阵、小矩阵，然后呢里面有什么样的元，然后这支元呢，它们的元法跟元胜法的情况，那这大矩阵元有3种情况，所以分开这个三种情况，然后呢。然后有多少种关系模式，多少种答案？那里面呢，大家如果看到也有这个把它的内容呢有列出来，然后呢有多少种原理？那这原理是什么样的原理？然后它们之间呢是以完全的，或者是适当的，或者完全跟适当的在自助这个基本上就是这样都有相互元、果报元、相应元、不相应元，然后这些小居生组的7种元都有列出来。然后呢，完全跟适当里面有提到是哪一些是完全的，哪些是适当的，所以大家可以去参考。那然后呢，溢出前身组，然后也是一样，那其他的都是一样，就是分成了总共呢有十个不同的这个元组，就是我们学习的这个元组，然后呢再把它呢前面第一个呢是把它所有的10组呢都合在一起，大家也可以同样的在这边都看得到所有的这些居生组。溢出前生组、知行清一子组、异刹那业组、摄食生命根组、无间组，然后呢还有所缘组跟这个后生组，还有混合组，所以这些呢都有在这边所以大家呢请大家呢可以等一下跟大家分享呢，大家麻烦大家看了，如果发现有什么错，因为这样收集过程呢 担心可能有些错误呢，也请大家呢指出，那我们可以改正。OK，salut。
Okay,
OK，问题。
so for that work, right? So can ask the questions. Can answer the questions.
I think Sally Kalanyu has a question. Sally，您有问题是吗？您可以提问。嗯
哦，那我试试哈。哎，礼敬尊者，就是我想问的一个问题，就是关于这个弱的跟强的，就是这个的，比如说是原法的内容，这个是不是一定要在实修里面去才能够去知道它是叫弱的，叫做强的，是这样吗？还是有其他的就是可以依据的，就是来解释这个？
好的，
我的问题有
我
解释清楚吗？
好的弟子提问，用英文翻译哈提问。Wandami Bante, Silas question. When we talk about the weak and strong, this karma, the weak and strong nanakanika karma, is it something that means to determine whether it is weak or strong? Is it something that we can only tell or only discern in the actual practice, in the meditation practice, the practice, or is there some ways that we can use some maybe some criteria to decide whether it is considered as weak or is considered as strong?
Yes, I don't know whether, I don't know whether this can be discerned in the practice. I don't know whether it can be discerned very clearly in the practice. But one way to figure it out is to check whether the Upanishad Paccaya is there. If the Upanishad Paccaya is there, then it's a strong. If the Upanishad Paccaya is absent, then we can take it as weak.
Okay, but that would be valid for only the mental aggregates. For Kamaja, Rupa, then because it's
No. Yes, for the mental aggregates. Now why the materiality is included in the weak is the reason to include that is that because the Upanishad Paccaya is not there in the conditioned states, right? Now, if you take the conditioned states in the materiality, right? If you take, let's say, if you take the Patisandhi, the materiality in the at the conception, right? If you have discerned the materiality in the conception, and if you have discerned the materiality at the, the mentality at the conception. So if the karma is a strong karma, then the Upanishad Pacha is there. Can find the Upanishad Sakti in the mentality, the mental aggregates. But in the materiality, in those karma-born materiality at the conception, that is not there. Right? It's
but we
not
can
there's not
understand.
anywhere. It's not possible to include that. It's not inclusive in the Patisandhi Kamaja Rupa or any other Kamaja Rupa or any type of Rupa. The Upanishad Pacha is not there.
Understand, Bante. But in the case if the Upanishad Sati is there for the Patisandhi Nama Kanda, then it would therefore we can defer that the same karma will be the strong karma for the Kamaja Rupa too.
Yes, same karma, but
Mm.
it supports in two ways, with and
Yeah.
without the Upanishad Pacha.
Okay, thank you. 赛烈老师说呢，关于实修里面是不是能够实际从实修里面去能够辨识到是强或者弱的业呢？老师说这个呢，他不知道啊。那但是呢，可以一个方法呢，可以知道这个业呢是属于强或者弱呢，就是看它有没有这个氢离子源的原理。那如果呢，这个业呢是一刹那业呢是强的一刹那业呢，那它会呢有除了这个业缘的原理以外呢，也会有这个氢离子源的原理。如果对不起，如果没有找到这个，如果是没有这个氢离子 缘的原理的话呢，那就代表说呢，这个纯粹只有业缘的原理，那这个就是指呢是比较弱的这个业。那这个特别呢是指命运来说因为呢针对业生设法呢，我们是不可能找到有这个轻易止言的原理的出现的。那举例子呢，比如说老师举个例子，比如说呢，在结生刹那，那当我们能够辨识到结生刹那的民法跟设法的时候呢，那如果呢我们去辨识呢这个带来这个结生刹那的这个民法设法的这个民法的时候，这个果报命运的时候呢，结生刹那果报命运的时候，如果呢这个业呢是有这个轻易止缘的原理在资助的，那我们可以理解说这个就是属于强的一刹那业，所以呢它有业缘以及轻易止缘的原理在资助这个果报命运。但是至于呢，在结生刹那这个业生设法呢，因为我们业生设法呢，无论如何，包括所有一切的设法呢，无论如何都不可能成为轻易止缘的这个缘生法，所以呢，我们不可能会找到有这个轻易止缘的原理。但是因为呢是同样的业带来这个结生刹那的果报命运跟这个业生设法结生业生设，所以这样的话呢，如果我们有找到这个轻易止缘的原理在资助这个结生的果报命运的话，我们可以理解呢这个是强的业，这个强的业也同时呢是同样的业在带来这个结生刹那的业生设法。那虽然是同样的业呢，但是资助的方式不一样，因为这个果报命运跟业生设法呢是作为缘生法呢是受到不同的这个原理的资助，就是说轻易止缘不会资助这个设法。赛利 OK 吗？
哦，OK 的，萨度萨度萨度。
There's maybe some other question. Someone also raised a hand just now. I think there's a question from
Kiran Saranai Bante. Bante, may I ask, like, for example, in Arupa Brahma, cannot practice lower jhanas, right? So,
Yes.
for an Arupa Brahma to be reborn in the Rupa, as a Rupa Brahma, so the karma is almost certainly from an Arupa Brahma to be reborn as a Rupa Brahma, the karma is almost certainly from an earlier past life.
No, they cannot be born in the Rupa realm. For the Arupa Brahmas, they will be either reborn in the same Rupa realm, or on the same Arupa realm, or a higher Arupa realm, or they will be born in the Kamavachara, in the sensuous plane. They will not be born in the Rupa, because for them to be born as a Rupa Brahma, they need to have a Rupa Jhana. The Rupa Jhana, if they have practiced and it has not, I mean, for somebody to be reborn in the Rupa Avachara realm, they need to have a jhana, and that jhana which they practice should not have, it should not have extinguished. For some people, they lose the jhana because of certain reasons, right? So if it has to be there until their death.
So it cannot be from an earlier life?
No, it cannot be. It never happens.
So for an Arupa Brahma to be reborn as a Kamavachara being, either in the Deva realm or in the human realm,
Yes.
Can the karma be from an earlier life, the Janaka karma?
Yes, obviously. It's possible for earlier karma. And there's the other story. One day a monk, he asked me this question. It is a very interesting question. So he asked me this question, right? Assume that somebody attained a jhana and he practiced the jhana for many years, right? So if it's a Rupavachara jhana or Arupavachara jhana, he practiced it for many years. And then he loses this jhana, right? And then after that, he'll be reborn, and because of another wholesome karma, that person will be reborn in a sensuous plane, right? In the next life. So what happened to all those jhanas he practiced, for many years? right? So it's like he did that jhana for nothing, right? Because in the immediate next life, it will not give any result, right? And it will not give any, the jhanas does not have any ability to give results in the sensuous plane. So what happened to that jhana? Did he do anything? I mean, did he do all these things for nothing, for any without any result, right? So he was asking me this question, right? And it was kind of a complaint, kind of a complaint, because if you lose the jhana, what happened for that? So the answer that I was given, right, it's not, I mean, it does have a benefit, of course. If somebody loses the jhana, still, even in the next life, when they practice jhana, they can easily attain the jhana, right? Because, so Visuddhimagga, it states, if somebody has practiced a jhana in a near previous life, that person can attain the jhana, practice the jhana uh, relatively easier, right? It's quite easy for them to practice, right? And to arrive the psychic powers, the abhinyas, psychic knowledges, then it's easy for them, for those practitioners. And also the other thing is that we have we practice the samadhi, right? The practice of the samadhi, it helps us to reduce the defilements in this life and in the previous life. That becomes a part of our parami too.
Thank you very much, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
这里有一个问题，就是说呢，由于呢，在无色界的梵天中呢，他们不能够修比他们所处的那个地方呢更低的这个禅呢。那如果呢，一个无色界梵天中投身到色界梵天呢，是什么样的业让他投身呢？那老师回答说呢，这个首先呢，要在无色界梵天中是不可能投身到色界梵天的，因为呢，要投身到色界梵天呢，必须呢要修这个色界的这个禅那。而且呢，修了色界禅呢，还要能够维持这个色界禅呢，直到呢临终的时候呢，都有这个能力，那才能够投身到色界禅呢。但是呢，就是由于呢这个无色界梵天中呢，他们不会修比他们所处的这个梵天界更低的禅呢，所以他们不会修这个色界禅呢。那因此呢，他们是不可能投身到色界梵天界去即使呢过去是如果有修过这个色界的禅呢，也不可能让这个无色界梵天中呢投身到色界禅那去，所以呢色界禅梵天去，所以呢对于一位无色界梵天中来说，他们只会投身到同样的，就是还是处于同样的无色界的那个那一个界，无色界的那个禅那的这个地方，或者呢更高的无色界天。那要不然的话呢，他们可以投身到这个欲界里面的作为天人或者作为人但是不能够投身到色界的梵天中这个是也不可能因为是过去世的这个业能够让他投身到色界的梵天中。那但是呢如果是他无色界梵天中他投身到欲界的话，作为天或者是人的话呢，他这个业呢也有可能是过去世的这一些这个善业呢成熟，让他呢从无色界梵天中呢投身到欲界成为天或者是人。那然后呢，老师也举说一个有一天呢，有一位比库呢问老师一个问题，一个很有趣的问题，就是说假设有一位禅修者，他在那一世呢，他修行已经证得了色界或者无色界的禅那，而且呢，他一直呢重复的在修这个进入这个禅那，这个色界或者无色界的禅那。可是呢，临终之前呢，可能他某一些原因呢，他失去了这个禅那，没有这能力再进入这个禅那。那因此呢，在那一世生命结束的时候呢，他由于某一些过去曾经造过的这个欲界的善业呢，让他投身一经从事到呢山区的欲界里面去。可是这样的话呢，因为他现在投身的新的生命呢是在欲界里面，那过去世呢，他曾经花了很多时间去培育去修这个禅那色界无色禅那，那是不是全部都没有作用了，就浪费呢？因为这个禅那的这个业呢，它在那一世呢没有办法带来作为令生，也不可以带来其他的这个业，因为呢在欲界的这个众生的这个生命里面呢， 这个色界无色界的这个业呢没有办法成熟啊，没有办法带来呢这个果报，那是不是他之前的这些修行呢都是全部浪费了，都是没有任何的益处呢？老师说呢，这个比丘问这个问题就是有一点点带有投诉的意思，就是说他是不是都浪费了，修了这个禅那完全没有意义。那老师的当时的回答就是说呢，这个不会是没有益处的，这个还是呢会有益处的，因为呢，在他投身到那一期新的生命，虽然是没有投身到梵天界，投身在欲界的这个生命呢，但那一次呢，如果他去修这个禅修的话呢，他很容易的就可以证得禅那，因为呢过去呢有这个很强的这个禅那的业呢在资助他，但这一次呢，他修行这个禅修呢，很容易就可以证得禅那。这个在《清净之道》或者《清净道论》里面呢，也有提到说呢，一个在过去式呢，就是很接近的过去式，就是不是很久远的过去式，就很接近的过去式呢，曾经有修正禅那的这样的一个禅修者呢，他在那一世呢，他要获得禅那，甚至呢，这修的这个神通呢，这样是会相对的很容易的，所以呢，所以这个呢，就是所修过的这个禅呢，不会是白费的，而且呢，这种关于止的这个修行呢，或者定的修行呢，也能够在那一期生命呢，能够减少这个烦恼，所以这个呢，也是属于呢培育巴拉密、培育波罗蜜的一种方式。
Okay, so any other questions before sharing merits?
请问大家还有什么问题要提出来吗？就是在老师说在分享功德之前，大家有什么问题要提出来吗？
Okay, so we'll share merits. We'll share the merits which we accumulated by learning, teaching, translating, and discussing, reflecting this Dhamma to the deities, the deceased relatives of ancestors, and also we make a wish that with these merits, we attain Nibbana.
那我们现在呢来做这个功德的这个回向与分享。那我们将今天呢，我们通过学习、教导、翻译、讨论、思维佛法的这个种种的殊胜功德呢，与诸天人们分享，与过往的亲人、我们的祖先分享。我们也以此功德呢发愿，愿此功德呢能成为我们体证涅槃的强力助缘。
Ākāsattha ca Bhummattha Devānāgā Mahiddhikā Puññantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Sāsanang Ākāsattha ca Bhummattha Devānāgā Mahiddhikā Puññantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Desanang Ākāsattha ca Bhummattha Devānāgā Mahiddhikā Punyantang anumoditva cirang rakhantu mang parang idammi nyati nang hotu sukhita huntu nyatayo idammi nyati nang hotu sukhita huntu nyatayo idammi nyati nang hotu sukhita huntu nyatayo imina punya kammena mami bala samagamu Satan samagamu hotu yāva nibbāna pattaya yang pattang kusalang tassa anubhavena panino sabbe saddhamma rājassa ñattvā dhammang sukhavahang papunantu visuddhāya sukāya patipattaya asoka manupāyāsang nibbāna sukhamuttamang cirang tiṭṭhatu saddhammo dhammi hontu sagarava sabbepi sattā kālena sammā devo pavassatu යථාරක්ඛින්සු පුරාණා සුරාජානෝ තතේ විමං රාජාරක්ඛතු ධම්මේන අත්තනෝව පජං පජං ඉමාය ධම්මානුධම්ම පටිපත්තියා බුද්ධං පූජේමි ඉමාය ධම්මානුධම්ම පටිපත්තියා ධම්මං පූජේමි ඉමාය ධම්මානුධම්ම පටිපත්තියා සංඝං පූජේමි අද්ධායිමාය පටිපත්තියා ජාති ජරා ව්‍යාධි මරණං වා පරිමුච්ඡිස්සාමි ඉදම්මේ පුඤ්ඤං ආසවක්ඛයාවහං හෝතු ඉදම්මේ පුඤ්ඤං නිබ්බානස්ස පච්චයෝ හෝතු මම පුඤ්ඤ භාගං සබ්බ සත්තානං භාජේමි තේ සම්බේ මේ සමං පුඤ්ඤ භාගං ලබන්තු බුද්ධ ශාසනං චිරං තිට්ඨතු බුද්ධ ශාසනං චිරං තිට්ඨතු බුද්ධ ශාසනං චිරං තිට්ඨතු සාධු සාධු සාධු
Sadhu, sadhu,
Thank,
sadhu.
thank you very much, Bante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you.
感恩尊者。
Satu 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 pandai
Sadhu, sadhu,
pandang
sadhu,
apa
Bhante.
dia foto.
Thank you,
Sadhu,
Bante.
sadhu.